Hi, welcome to Tuesdays with Tara. Today I'm going to talk a little bit more about hopes, dreams, and desires, and really just a brief conversation, kind of synopsizing what we've done for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So, talking about dreams, hopes, and desires, at the beginning of this month, we did a little exercise that helped you get in touch with kind of future self or alternate universe self who's living into their dreams, hopes, and desires. And then we did some meditation around really owning that, claiming it. And we did a card reading. And today I just want to lean into what it felt like that first week when we did the exercise. And if you haven't done the exercise, I highly suggest it, highly recommend it. Because for one thing, that's what this video is going to be all about. And for another thing, it really supports us in taking that step to really claiming the life that we choose to live, the life that we desire, the life that we're really wanting for ourselves, and allows us to really claim it and own it and live into it more thoroughly, more fully, and embrace it, as real. Embrace it as something that you're capable of having because it's a vision that you've been holding for yourself or that you're already starting to lean into and allow yourself to have. So, what I was thinking about for this week is to think about that again. Think about the way that you connected with that alternate universe self or future self and how you saw that person living, what they were wearing, who they were hanging out with, what they were doing, how they ate, things that they were doing for themselves. What does their house look like? What does their hair look like? And by there, I mean what does your hair look like? What is it that you were able to see that you don't feel like you have just yet, but you have a possibility of having? Now, leaning into that and allowing yourself to remember what that felt like and remember who you look like and how you felt as that self, I really want you to take a moment to breathe into it. Have you heard from that future self this month about your hopes, dreams, and desires? Have you heard any messages from that future self? And this is a big deal because one of the things that you can do with this aspect of yourself that is a real possibility, a real likelihood to happen as long as you keep taking steps in that direction, that future self is already living that experience and can give you little messages and reminders and things to sort of help you along your path because you have your best interests at heart to be able to reach that goal. If you're already living that in some other reality or alternate world, then that part of yourself can send energy and send messages back to you to help guide your path. So I would really like to suggest that as you continue moving throughout the rest of this year and then entering into next year, really listen for that voice. Listen for that inner voice, that kind of inner knowing that knows beyond what your thinking brain might be thinking and feeling into, knows beyond that and knows a truth that you don't 100% live yet, but that you're leaning into, that you're moving towards, and you're allowing yourself to visualize and really claim and express into that energy. So this week, I really want you to think about what it is that allows you to hear that inner voice, the one that really has your best interests at heart. Remembering the part of yourself that is already living it, remembering it as if it's another reality that's already existing now, and listen to that part of yourself. What does he or she or they say? What do they communicate to you about how they're dressing? Are you already starting to look for those clothes? What does it say about how you eat? Like what is the type of food that you're putting into your body to support your body in a healthy way? Do you take supplements that you don't already take? And if so, What are they? And what does your future self say might be more beneficial for you to kind of move in that direction? And do you have children that you don't already have that you've been desiring? Do you have pets? Do you have a home that you're not already living in? Do you have a certain type of job, or are you living into the business that you're creating? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? Do you have a personal assistant? All of these things are ways for you to feel into and then live into the expression of who you are becoming. I am really excited for this practice because it's something that has supported me in such a huge way. And I've heard feedback from many clients who also really love this exercise. And we go into much more detail and depth whenever we're doing a session together. But this gives you full opportunity to make it whatever feels right for you. If you have any questions, or if you have any guidance or suggestions that might help other people, or if you're looking for guidance and suggestions from others, please be sure to say something down there in the comments and share whatever it is that you're feeling into this experience. Come back to this message later and post something in it like, wow, this has really been working for me, say 2, 3 weeks or months from now, and share with other people what your experience has been down there in those comments, because we work together. This is a collaboration. And then if you want any more deep diving into this experience and into this exercise, definitely reach out to me, because I would love to do a session with you, or several, to help guide and support you on this path. So be you out loud by really owning who you are becoming, and owning who you are now as perfect, whole, and complete, and recognizing that this self that is communicating from another place is supporting you on your path and in your journey to completely own the next aspect of who you want to be. Be blessed. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week on Tuesdays with Tara.